We're not used to having palms up here. Not even a pandemic means skipping the depth and power of this most sacred and defining time. And we participate in whatever way we can. Many of you have palms at home today as part of the wonderful Holy Week kits that Kelly and her crew prepared. There are still a few left if you want to call the office. Or if you'd like palms for your home, there'll be a jar of them outside the door facing the parking lot at the east entrance after the service today. We still got to share in a marvelous Palm Sunday procession. And then we got to see each other doing it this morning. And miraculously, we even sang our hosannas together with Jason and the choir. Certainly, you disciples are not to be underestimated. This year's journey into Holy Week and Easter is a magnifying glass, showing all of us things that we might have thought small or an inconsequential part of it, maybe even taken it for granted. We are followers of Jesus. Today, our pathless procession, it's far too real to call it virtual, was holy. It was embodied in a new way. And soon we will share in walking the path of our Lord through the Passion reading, also in a creative way. We will similarly engage in Maundy Thursday and Good Friday, the Easter Vigil and Easter morning. Each generation finds ways to bring this ancient pilgrimage liturgy into their lives, and now actually into our homes this year. The two paths we travel with Jesus today are of such defining import that even sharing them by live stream cannot diminish their powerful place in our faith, in our journey. First, we were part of that cheering parade into Jerusalem, voicing our hosannas, waving the festive greens or perhaps the red cloth as we honor him in procession to the city. And soon we will be part of a crowd who calls for his crucifixion, even curses him as we make our way, walking back out of town, up a hill to Golgotha, where he will die. One procession seems to honor him, and the next one to demean or humiliate. And yet neither one can define him. Those who orchestrated both those parades misunderstood him, though. And he needs neither the cheers nor the curses to prove himself to anyone. Instead, Jesus makes himself fully vulnerable to both, and each reveals significant truth about him. He is the Messiah who has come, but not the type hoped for by that palm-waving crowd so long ago. He is the suffering servant, but not as the failure that authorities hope to show by crucifixion. We walk, as our collect said this morning, with a merciful Lord God of salvation, by whose mighty acts whereby you have given us life and immortality. Though the original scene is from a time long past, the elements at work here are really not at all foreign to us. We're well acquainted with crowds on the march, and you may have been marching yourselves this year. We've seen and felt moral outrage, witnessed violence, conflicting powers, tragedy, fear of change or fear of lack of change. Today we stop. We stop and notice what happens when Jesus is at the center of it, at the center of it all. He has been surrounded by all this turmoil, and yet he's the only one who's calm and composed, unworried even. Jesus is sure of being God's son, God's beloved. And that knowledge is the most certain, solid foundation there is. All the other people named today in the readings are either defiant, in an uproar, weeping in shame, fearful, or beside themselves, in conflict with Jesus is Peter, Judas, Caiaphas, Herod, and in conceding to political pressure, Pilate. And yet, looking at each of their stories, what we discover is that they are each in conflict with themselves. With themselves. Jesus has just brought them face to face with the truth of it. And this is true for my own life, and maybe yours. Like in our own, each moment of truth helps create who we are from that moment forward. And it reveals it as well. Such moments might make us anxious or defensive, as if up against a wall, cornered. Might tempt us to shrink into our lesser selves, with self-serving actions or responses lacking in courage or honesty. Go along to get along. They can also call forth our strength, our resolve, our best shining selves, acting from the depth of faith in God, from love and generosity, even when faced with hard consequences. These moments of truth reveal something of us, either way, as they did for those around Jesus that week. The end of that second path, that last path, is especially revealing of Jesus to a world in need of redemption. Amen.